Hello everybody, good evening and welcome to another steaming hot cup of GameTea.
A special, Kickstarter special.
The Kickstarter special, yeah, and coming to you from a brand new studio.
Yes, what do you think?
Yeah, opinions in chat. You worked very, very hard on this, didn't you, with Roxy?
Yes, I did.
Looks really pretty.
It's lovely, apart from the house plant there is a little bit worse for wear. But you'll just have to, you know.
Oh, it looks like you've got a bit of a
excuse
nitrogen
it.
deficiency there, but yeah, very, very nice.
Houseplants are not my thing.
Good evening, everybody, and hello to the chat. Hi, Hayley. Hi, Dr. Breos. Hi, Gaz. And hello, Kiltia. It's lovely to see you.
And Chanor.
And Shanna. Oh, we've got some very talented painters then in the chat today.
Well, it's a good job I've got some things to show you all then, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just having a look at the studio.
It looks good.
I really like it, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. I've got some sculpts up there. Some of Gareth's.
Pride of place, of course.
And here, well, these are my little good luck crystals.
Ah, yes.
They were gifted to me by Georgia.
The good luck crystal, yeah. Piece of fluoride. Yeah, absolutely lovely. Right, so, everybody, we have had the most exciting weekend because we've been at Games Expo. For the first time in 2 years, we actually managed to attend a proper full-size convention, and we are so thrilled to be back in the convention space. Really, really, really. And if you're in the chat, indeed, you might have come to see us this weekend. If so, well, first of all, thank you very much for your custom and thank you very much for coming to spend time with us as well. But also we had some extremely special visitors. I think you know who you are because I'm going to be talking about your gifts later on in the stream. But yes, so we're back, guys. We're back.
It's always hard work, but
it is.
It's really satisfying. And we just love seeing you all. I couldn't make it on the Friday or the Saturday, but I did do half a day on a Sunday. And I did get to meet a few of you. So, yeah, it was great.
Yeah,
really fun.
Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I've got a few things that I bought at the show that I would like to show off to everybody later. But first of all, crack open that bottle of wine because tonight we are
celebrating.
Kiltia says Games Expo was really an awesome scene, just great energy. Yeah, I'd agree with that. It's fantastic creators there, and you've got like a really healthy mix of independent creators
Put this
and
over here in case I spill it.
Okay, that would be disastrous. I'm wearing off-white trousers,
Which is what I'm thinking.
not the designer brand. They're just cream coloured. You would be in trouble if you spilt red wine on.
So what is this that we had? This was for my birthday,
yes,
wasn't it?
That was for your birthday.
The Black Shiraz.
The black.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cheers, darling.
Loved the label. Well done, Lucy. On a fantastic project.
Oh, that's lovely.
Love it. Gaz says,
Thank you.
it was my first time at UKGE and it was amazing. Loved it so much. Yes, I saw the things that you bought. Great choices. Eat, Crit and Survive. Hey, hello. Shame we couldn't make the expo this year, but it looked fabulous. Yeah, it really was good. Organisers did a fantastic job, as per usual, of putting on a great show. But I feel like everybody had just saved their energy up for a wonderful presentation at this show. And the atmosphere was just so happy. It's unlike any other show in that regard, because that's the sort of atmosphere you get at a local convention. You know what I'm saying? You know, like the sort of 6-hour conventions, they run from 10 o'clock till 4 o'clock in a local space and everybody's there to support the local creators. That kind of energy, but on a much larger scale. Games Expo this year had 23,000 unique visitors for a total attendance of 40,000. So it's a sizable show. For them to keep that atmosphere in place, brilliant. Because as you know, if you listen to our streams, not all conventions are like that. Some are very, very hostile. They're hostile to us as traders. They're hostile to traders in general. And sometimes the audience can be quite standoffish, actually. We don't generally find that. But other traders have had some experiences that I could go into. Yeah, not particularly great, but Games Expo never has a problem with that. It is wonderful.
It's a great show.
Crumpet says, as someone who has run events in the past, I can assure it can be extremely difficult to keep up that level of energy throughout. And that is true. And it's a 3-day show. So well done. And Chana says, cheers. Right. We do have some footage, actually, of the stand and of our experiences. So why don't we go ahead and showcase that now?
Yes, it's only a very short video.
It's a little video, just to give you
I just threw it together,
taster.
just to give you a taste.
If you weren't at the show, then buckle up, because here it comes. And there's the team. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that little brief look at our booth presence at UKGE. You may actually recognise the sign in the background. That was prepared for me by a wonderful gentleman called John Carlton, and he is a really fantastic old school sign writer. Now, if you are in the market for any signage, I highly, highly recommend him. He's on Etsy, John Carlton. His prices are absolutely incredible. He does them all in his shed. He's a wonderful, wonderful person. As is his wife, Sue. They've offered to adopt me, which is always good. They're from Barnet in London. So, you know, I'm always in the market for new parents who can feed me.
I don't think Mum would be very
pleased
to hear you say that.
Feed me delicious new London cuisines, like the baby chick that I am. Yeah, so we made really good friends, and now, yeah, we have lots of interests in common, it turns out, including conspiracy theories about UFOs.
Oh no.
How do you get onto that subject when you're supposed to be just talking about signage?
I don't know.
No, I do. Yeah, it's Aries personality. Gaz says, I felt it was a lot more meaningful to me than EGX or MCM Comic Con. Also didn't involve having to traipse through London. Yeah, London transport to the XL Centre is, I think, the work of the devil.
We just don't do London shows now. We've just decided we're just not going to do it to ourselves anymore.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're trying to get there by using public transport, good luck to you. You would have an easier job, I think, navigating the untamed wilds of the Shadowfell, because there's so many steps involved, and there's always a strike. There's always a strike. The overhead railway thing in London, always a strike on that. Timed perfectly for the convention that you need to be at.
Nightmare.
Yeah, it absolutely is. Well, it adds a lot of expense actually when you're constantly having to, you know, find emergency transport and negotiate your way across London. Because the XL Centre is not as close to the centre of London as you think.
No.
The taxi drivers won't go there, as I found out. But yes, yeah, so
The
having it at the NEC is great.
Well, it's the middle of the country. It's accessible for everybody, and I think more people should, you know, think about moving away from London and doing it in the Midlands.
Do it in the middle of the country. Yeah, there's nothing
Too
wrong
right.
with that. Agus says, yeah, maybe the Yorkshire more. And Leo says, they love the NEC. Yes, absolutely. Did you see that picture of where I found myself sitting for lunch?
I did.
I was sitting in an actual liminal space. I was sitting in the actual interstice between worlds. Goodness knows how I found it. I wasn't escorted back by security this time, but they were looking at me suspiciously the whole time. Those two of them. I was like, I'm going to eat my lunch here, guys. It's raining outside. Just leave me to it in this strange forbidden tunnel. I'll not bother.
There was like
I'll not bother
nobody there.
anybody.
It looked like something out of the apocalypse.
A few people walked past, right, and they had to deal with me giving them the longest stare as they completed the walk of shame past me, because the tunnel was about a mile long. So I could see them coming from miles away.
Yeah.
And I texted Roxy actually at the time, and I said, Roxy, is this too weird even for me?
Yes.
But I didn't see the fabled NEC ghosts. So, disappointing,
really.
really.
I was going to say it's probably bad.
Yeah. Or maybe, though, I was mistaken for an NEC ghost. Because I was the weirdest thing about the tunnel, I'll be completely honest.
You were a bit pale, I suppose.
Yeah. Guilty says London transport is incredible. It can take 2 hours to traverse the city if you're going from north to south, just as long as it takes a hop on a train to Brum. Absolutely hard.
There you
Great
go.
true story. Yes. So, whilst we were at the expo, we, well, first of all, I'll show you the expo swag, because this is interesting. So, you may be familiar with conventions and how they operate, and oftentimes you'll get a swag bag or a goodie bag upon entry. Well, Games Expo, they don't do that. Or at least they haven't done it this year. But instead, what the attendees got is this, which I'm going to open on stream. I haven't had a look at it, but this is the Loke Battle Mats Dungeon Edition book. So all of the attendees, or at least the first couple of hundred that entered the show, got one of these. Now, you might remember Loke Battle Mats.
Well, we sell them, actually.
We do.
We do the giant book.
But it's
Because it's great just to fold it out on your table and you've got ready-made maps there. They're fantastic.
So they're award-winning, and they've actually won numerous awards, both at Games Expo and further afield. Massively well funded on Kickstarter. They've sold tens of thousands of these. So it was a lovely little addition to our visit, and huge thanks to Loke, British company by the way, for providing us with some freebies. Right, that's what it looks like. Now that is obviously a miniature version of the full-scale books that they offer, because the actual ones are A3, folding out to a beautiful size. But this is what it contains. Should we have a look on the product camera?
Can do.
Yeah, I'm really interested.
Here we are. So just a plain grid.
Oh, Cup of Tiefling, lovely to see you. Really nice to meet you at the expo too. Thank you for being so lovely to my awkward self. Oh, stop. And I love my D20 cushion. Yeah, all sold out at the show, but there are some for the website, so don't panic. We're just getting round to it, one thing at a time. Oh, that's lovely.
Oh, this looks like it kind of fits together.
Ah, I see. So if you had numerous books, then you could...
Well, I guess you could, just use this ring binder, take them out, and then piece them together, which is probably the point of it, isn't it? These kind of go on for a while.
You could just move on to the next page with your characters.
Yeah, you could do.
Use the next one.
Extremely versatile, aren't they?
Yeah. Best thing about them, they...
I like that.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. So they're inch grids. Now these will be compatible with the miniatures that are going live in tonight's Kickstarter. So by all means, if you've never investigated Loke Battle Mats, recommend. I've always loved them. Because as a DM, you want to create these really, really cinematic experiences every time you put your materials down on the table. And let's face it, pen and paper is wonderful, but not everybody has, an innate artistic ability. If you've got a tool like that, you can quickly open, big battle map or a small battle map if you're in a corridor, another situation like that, and just start playing. And it just reduces the prep time that DMs face, because let's face it, that prep time can sometimes be extreme.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, high recommend. And also, I've got some things that I actually bought at the show to show off.
Oh, you actually bought these, did you?
I did.
Would you like me to show them?
Yeah, absolutely. So these are my kind of pick of the show, really. I mean, I could go on and on.
I see.
But these were the favourite things that I purchased at the show.
I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get all that in. Show them
I'll
the
show
front
book.
at first.
Right, okay, so this is called The Tower of the Soul, and it's by an independent company called Awfully Queer Heroes. So it's very relevant to Pride Month. And not only did I get the wonderful book, but Kel,
very nice
who is the
character sheet.
Yes, who is the company owner and originator and author of these works, offered me this, and this is excellent. DMs, pay attention. This is an colouring sheet and character sheet, and it's called Adventures in ADHD.
Oh, okay.
Now, if you've got players that do have ADHD, it's a wonderful thing for them because they can
I see where you
they can colour whilst they are listening. So just keeping them engaged.
That's a great idea,
Yeah,
isn't
a
it?
really fantastic idea. So the book is chock-a-block full of content and wonderful artwork as well. Do you want to get that on the product camera? Yeah. I was incredibly impressed that this was coming from such a small company.
So is this an adventure?
Yeah, so it's a campaign setting. So you've got
Lovely.
absolutely everything you need to start your adventure off with some truly unique ideas. And I think that is probably the best thing about supporting small independent creators at UKGE. You get genuinely very different materials.
Oh, there's some really nice art in here.
It's beautiful artwork as well. Like I say, I was blown away, as particularly because it comes from a smaller company.
They've done a lovely job with the art.
Yeah.
Have they done the art themselves?
Yeah. So what particularly enticed me about the book and about the setting were the homebrew spells at the back, which I will definitely be incorporating into my own campaign. But absolutely loved it. Really fantastic. That's Awfully Queer Heroes. Most certainly go and give them a follow, because that standard of content.
That's lovely.
Absolutely
Really nice
fantastic. Book. And free character sheet as well.
Really nice book.
Can't argue with that. I'd still love to do a physical version of our adventures. And further, in the same vein, we've also got these lovely pieces of content. So we've got People of the Deep and the Beasts Who Hunt Them. And then we've got a collection of demonic character and player options and artifacts. Now these are by a person named Obsolete Goat, and not only did Obsolete Goat write the content, but they have also illustrated the book. Super impressive. All this talent going around, it's absolutely sickening. It's absolutely sickening. Show People of the Deep. I love that one, it's so good. I love the demon options. So basically, this book here, the one that you can see on screen, if you can see it, is full of demonic character class options. Well worth a visit, well worth a read. Oh, thanks, Leo. Yeah. Haley says, I don't have ADHD, but I want to colour that in. It's sometimes nice to have a visual thing when you are listening to a campaign, trying to focus. A lot of people take notes, but
lovely, really nice.
a lot of people doodle. They doodle the maps, they colour. Whatever suits you, however you feel comfortable playing, and the more accessibility options, the better. Right, okay, now we've got some special things to look at as well, haven't we? Some very, very special things to look at, because they are gifts that we received whilst we were on our booth. So shall we begin with the beautiful crystals from GameTea?
I've got mine with me for good luck for when the Kickstarter launches. I'm hoping they bring me some good luck.
Definitely.
And this is a fluorite.
Yeah. Got some fluorite and,
And
some rose quartz.
some rose quartz.
Some amethyst.
Oh, have you got a little mushroom?
Yes.
Oh, that's cute.
I know, right? Kilter knows
the purple
all about
fluorite.
my mushroom obsession.
Shall I show people on the camera? Look?
Yeah, let's do it. Perdante, hello, nice to see you.
There's my
And Kiltia says, I hope they bring you luck too, lovely ladies.
polished rose quartz. It's my fluorite.
It's always really, really nice to receive gifts at shows, and we truly appreciate it.
And there's AJ's.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a nice one. Of course, we make dice out of those, don't we?
We do, absolutely.
And this cute little mushroom, wow.
I know, I've never
That's
seen anything
cute.
quite like it.
Very, very sweet.
Of course, that's
Lovely.
because I play a druid of the spores,
Yeah.
and I absolutely love mushrooms. Although I don't love it when they grow in my raised vegetable bed, taking it over. Mycelial dominance is going on in my soil. Actually, it's a really good sign of the decomposition that they're wreaking on the wood chip layer, but yeah, I can't say that they are super aesthetically pleasing when they come up in that huge brown cup.
I've had
thing.
them. Yes, I've had them. Naughty things. I picked mine out. I didn't like them.
No.
Well, here we go. Do you want to show this one next?
Lepidolite mushy. Oh wow, fantastic. But Andy says, I'm good, hope you two are doing well. Yeah, just recapping UKGE really. Right, now, is everybody prepared to be seriously impressed?
I hope this can do it justice.
Yeah.
To be honest,
Yeah, me too.
because the camera's not great. But there we are.
The awesome laid on the clockwork dragon as painted by our super talented Gazimov, who is in the chat now. Thank you guys for coming to the show to see us and for giving us such a thoughtful gift.
The detail on this painting is
It's
world
cool.
class. It is honestly world class.
Like I said, the talent on display is absolutely, it's making me bilious.
So I sculpted that
Yeah.
for the last Kickstarter campaign. It's a sculpt absolutely jam-packed, full of detail. It took a very long time. Much harder than it looks to try and recreate a machine that looks like it's going to be able to work. And I have to say that even with all the detail that has been sculpted, Gareth has managed to capture all of it perfectly.
Yeah, Hayley says people were asking how much he was.
Oh yes, they
All
all wanted
weekend.
to buy it. So yeah, there we go, guys.
Yeah, if you want to attempt your own laid-on, the digital files are on the website, or you can order from us a 3D printed version. So he joins the collection now.
I'm getting quite a collection
Shall
of
we
Gareth's work.
Yeah, show off all the dragons.
I think they've seen these.
Yeah,
ones,
but I know,
haven't
just
they?
show them off.
Okay.
So we've got the full set.
Yeah. This again was from the Kickstarter campaign that I sculpted, and his name is Tadpole.
Kiltia says such a beautiful model, and the paintwork absolutely accentuates all the details. Such an awesome piece. Chana says very well done, Gazimov. And
What I love about this is the fact that it looks like it's
glistening.
Stop rocking the table, AJ.
Sorry.
It's so she does it even more.
Sorry.
Okay.
It's the new studio. We're quite tightly pressed against
There we
the
are, that's that
fireplace.
one.
There's not a lot of room to manoeuvre back here.
And this was the first one that Gareth did. In fact, I think this is the first dragon that I sculpted, the crystal dragon.
Yeah.
And that is actually to hold one of the talismans. It's a talisman holder, or whatever else you want it to hold. But that's been beautifully painted as well. reminiscent of a dragon that lives in a cave and doesn't get much sunlight and has crystals on its back, crystals of amethyst. So there we go. And those are the 3. And I will treasure those.
The trilogy is complete.
I will treasure those forever.
Nice, fantastic.
Did you put Temple up there as well?
Yeah, yeah. Eat Crit Survive says that's an awesome dragon. On the subject of trilogies, okay, because you know we always have to have some incredibly tangential pop culture related question. What is the best trilogy of films of all time?
I mean, for me, it has to be either Terminator or Alien.
Wow, you didn't say Lord of the Rings.
Even surprised me.
God, we are reeling here.
Of course it's in my top 5.
So Terminator 3.
Terminator 1, 2 and 3. Terminator is one of the best films of all time.
Terminator
As a
3.
trilogy,
As a whole.
Alien.
As a cohesive
Aliens.
whole.
beats Lord of the Rings.
Well.
I didn't say it beat Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, Terminator 3 is not actually the sort of film that you can watch on repeat like you do Lord of the Rings every single week.
It's not every week.
No,
It's just most weeks.
Some weeks it's The Hobbit. What about you, Roxy?
What about Twilight as well?
Yeah,
Twilight, yeah. There's many films that I really love.
Leo agrees with you. There you go. Gaz says Back to the Future. Crumpet says, I mean, Lord of the Rings doesn't even reach the top 3. Wow. Okay, give us your top 3 then, Crumpets. Eat Crit Survive says Dark Knight. Very good. And Crumpet says, Lord of the Rings, whether people like it or not, is only considered a good trilogy because you are expected to like it.
No.
That
Come
is
now,
contentious.
come now.
That's contentious.
It's very harsh.
Lucy will fight you. Eat Crit Survive has a good point, Roxy. Twilight is
But
not.
then you could say that about Terminator as well. A million of them now.
Yeah. What is it, like a septology or something?
Probably more than that.
What's my answer? I'm not a huge movie watcher. Well, it certainly isn't Fantastic Beasts, let me tell you. I saw that the other day. I'm still angry. Yeah. I'm still angry, Roxy.
We warned you. You were warned.
You did warn me.
I fell
You all
asleep.
warned me.
I fell asleep in the cinema to the second film. I don't even know what it was called. Fantastic Beasts, something or other. It was so bad, I fell asleep.
Yeah, well, I wanted to enjoy the Wizarding World, and I didn't. All magic is now banned. I'm removing it from my life once and for all. It really was not a good film. I can't believe that J.K. Rowling is still trying to tell a story about electoral malpractice. It's not magical and people don't want it. And children certainly don't go to the cinema to, have the politics of the Wizarding World. We're there for the magic.
Yes.
We are there for the magic.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to create a trilogy of films like that, just step away from Hogwarts then. Just leave Hogwarts. Don't depend on the nostalgia of Hogwarts. If you want a more adult perspective of the Wizarding World, go for it. But you're going to have to disengage from the nostalgia of, high school. You're going to have to do it. You're going to have to tell a different story.
I'm not willing to step away from the magic of Hogwarts.
Right. Yeah.
That's not something I'm willing to do.
So if you want to tell a different story, tell the Fantastic Beasts story. It was supposed to be about Newt Scamander. It's not about Newt Scamander. It's about Dumbledore. Just make the Dumbledore film then. Newt was a background character in his own film. Most definitely. And let me tell you something about Eddie Redmayne. He's not a strong actor. He just cannot carry the movie. He couldn't carry a roll in a backpack. Yeah. Yeah. Phone 999, I'm in the process of murdering. GameTea says, I must admit, I'm not much of a film goer, but the first 3 Alien films are great.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you, GameTea.
Mm-hmm. Oh, The Matrix. Again, that's now become a quadrilogy. Hayley says, I went and saw Lord of the Rings in the cinema and sadly fell asleep during
What?
them. Oh dear me. Yeah.
Mind-boggling.
I feel like
come on.
some of these trilogies would just had a great initial film that launched a trilogy, then perhaps it shouldn't have. Yeah.
What I will say is Stranger Things, okay, not a movie, but somehow they have managed to get better and better and better and better.
I haven't seen Stranger
Now
Things
on
4.
season 4, we're about halfway through.
It's so
It is
I've heard
brilliant.
really good things.
maybe even my favourite season.
So good.
Well, of course, I love the music, which has been all over YouTube. It's part of my campaign
Massive
as well.
Kate Bush fans here.
Yes. Leo says Kung Fu Panda is a great trilogy. He couldn't. And Eddie, GameTea, that is savage. She says, fair to say he couldn't carry a roll out of a bakery.
You encouraged this.
I know. There's some assassinations of Eddie Redmayne.
Don't be
going on in
nasty
chat.
to him. Hashtag be kind.
Mads was wonderful in the movie, but that's a given. And Jude Law's hairline.
Hashtag be kind.
I am, but I'm just pointing out a discrepancy here, that in every movie, Roxy, that hairline moves, okay? It's been up, it's been down, it's been all around. You know what I'm saying, don't you?
Leave him alone.
Okay, I'm done. I will leave the subject of Fantastic Beasts.
Please do, because it's not very good.
No.
We spent way too much time on it.
Well, there we go, that's our trilogy. That's our trilogy tangent. And in games, I suppose it's got to be Mass Effect.
Oh, really?
And Halo, maybe.
Interesting.
First 3 Halo games. In fact, I'd say they're close to perfection. Yeah, high acclaim, but... Grumpy says, AJ, pull the claws back in. Right, so we're going to be launching this Kickstarter very, very soon then, in the next half an hour, and we're super, super excited. Shall we have a little preview of the video?
We can do, if you want.
Shall we?
Can we, hold on, can we talk about our first Pride that we ever went to, though?
Yeah.
I think that would be interesting, because I've got a little photograph that I sent to you earlier.
No, you're going to see...
Now, AJ
Babby.
might be embarrassed. I make no apologies for my hair.
Babby, AJ...
None.
Oh, no, don't. Stop.
But AJ may want to apologise
Why are
for
you
hers.
laughing?
Laughing.
Look, at the time, it was trendy, okay? Okay?
I have a dorsal fin. Oh, God. Oh, we look really, really sweet.
That was your first Pride in Birmingham,
I
AJ.
am a babby there. Yeah.
That's my little dog, Gizzy. And she passed
she was
away
a
last
babby
year,
too.
my little baby did.
Oh, that's such a lovely photograph.
Yeah, thankfully Roxy's hair hasn't changed much, really, over the years.
I think out of all of us, Roxy, you've come off the best there in terms of haircuts of the early 2000s. Look.
I want to see what people are saying
was a
about that hair.
different time,
Read those out
right?
for me.
Pink dominated the chart.
Yes, she did, yeah.
And susceptible young minds adopted that haircut. That was not my worst haircut of all time. The worst haircut was when I had the back put into a pineapple shape. Yeah, you
Actually,
know,
that was
that.
okay. Like, that was the fashion at the
Yeah.
time, you know.
That pineapple.
Yeah, and I remember my brother actually singing to you, she's got a pineapple on her head. And I was like, oh no, please stop, don't, you're embarrassing me.
Oh no.
Simon.
Yeah, of course.
Sung it to Roxy.
Yeah. To explain, we have got 3 older brothers, so that's why we're the way we are.
But you know, in fairness, she did have a pineapple on her head.
What even was that called? And where did it come from?
I think it was a Tony guy thing because
Oh, Tony and Guy.
Tony and Guy haircuts.
I paid £200 for that haircut back in like 2003 or whenever that was.
I used to go in.
Today's money, it's like £5.3 million.
I used to go in, and like 5 hours later, I was still in there.
Oh God, yeah. This is very specific. Chat, we are sorry, but like bad haircuts at Tony and Guy were a rite of passage, weren't they? Leah says, what, pineapple hair? Yeah, so to explain what they did is they got this bit.
The crown area of the head
just that area.
Kind of cut really, really short and layered, so that kind of stuck up there, but it was just the crown. The rest of it was kind of long, and then it was just like, yeah.
You know the I want to see your manager haircut?
Karen, the Karen haircut.
Yes.
But your hair
was
was
longer. So the Karen evolved from that haircut. So we were the originators. And Heidi says, oof. And Gaz says, I once had a Bart Simpson Guile haircut. So I'm not the one to talk.
I mean, I used to quite like his hair, actually, in Street Fighter.
It was quite cool.
He was quite cool.
Yeah?
On the airbase.
Well, you know what,
punching
Gaz?
people to death.
I've always thought you were very level-headed. Get it? Get it? Yeah, so everybody, what was your worst haircut? I love how we're supposed to be launching a Kickstarter and yet it's devolved once again into irrelevant anecdotes. But it's not really, is it? It's you know, kind of just showing you that we have always been part of this community. It's a community we love, and the Kickstarter really comes from some of our favourite elements of, you know, LGBT culture, and it's a real celebration. Of course, we know that Pride, you know, was not always a celebration, it was a protest, but times, thankfully, have changed, and
are changing.
Are in the process of changing, yes.
Still a very long way to go, actually, in terms of other countries catching up.
Yeah.
But what I will say is 20 years ago when I first came out, it was a very different time, even 20 years ago.
Yeah.
You know, I did feel at times like I was the only gay person that I knew.
Yeah.
It was awful, actually, at times, to think that, you know, there was nobody else that felt the same as me, and we were not taught in school that there were other people the same as you, and you just kind of had to find it out for yourself. But if you'd have told me 20 years ago that I'd be sitting here now launching a Kickstarter called Play It Proud, I probably wouldn't have believed you. But here we are, and it just proves that Pride is worth investing in, because it does change people's attitudes over time. It's invaluable.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking about a time where there was very little media, very little representation of open gay relationships. And I remember, you know, being 16 and discovering things like Brideshead Revisited, where a gay relationship was hinted at, and really that was it. You know, you had suggestions, insinuations in your representation, and now we're here. At the you know, a long journey has been undertaken, and that representation is open and tangible and palpable, and it just reflects what society is. Real people are all different, and we're all individual as well.
I think it is getting better,
Yeah.
thankfully. But,
Yeah.
you know, fair play to Brookside for the first ever lesbian kiss on TV.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it was like a shocking thing,
Yeah.
you know, and when Ellen came out and stuff like that. So, you know, just gradually over the years,
Yeah.
it's getting better and better
Yeah.
for us all, which is a good thing.
Aw. And Leo says, love you, Lucy.
Thank you.
Yeah. And Crumpets says, me and Leah were talking earlier about all the Kickstarters you've done so far. It's amazing progress of interesting products. Yeah, thanks, Crumpets. It certainly has been an evolution for us, but we like to bring new experimental things to Kickstarter. We always
We
have.
do. We like to do new things, don't we?
Yeah, yeah, we do. Kiltia says, it's been such a gauntlet. It took me a long time to find myself within the community. And I feel I owe a lot of it to the fact that it's far more open discussion without such prevalent and damaging stereotyping. True, hard agree. I'm hopeful that the discussion will continue in the right direction. Yeah, brilliant.
Absolutely.
Brilliant. Yeah. I'm so excited about the Kickstarter now after having that discussion.
I know.
Pour me another glass of wine then.
You drank yours already.
Yeah.
She's going for it tonight.
Oh, stop. Thank you. Eat, Crit and Survive. We'll be hyping up the Kickstarter. Really looking forward to seeing how it goes. Yeah, it's a smaller stream tonight. Really, it's just for the kind of the loyal GameTea followers, because I haven't been able to do much promo that I usually do, because if I do that, then it will affect the promo of the actual Kickstarter. So everything's ready to go on my screen. It looks like NASA over here. Or SpaceX, take your pick. But we're all ready to go. We're ready to go in the next 20 minutes. Oh my god, and then shall we watch the total go up?
If it goes up.
Well,
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Prisms in hand.
We just never know how it's going to go, and that's one of the most exciting elements of a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
You know, will it be funded? You just simply don't know. Will people enjoy the product? What will they think of it? For many, many people, they haven't seen any of the reveals that I've been doing on marketing and email, so this will be hitting them, you know, completely unseen, and it'll be totally new for them. So, yeah, but of course the Kickstarter really is your baby, because you've done all the 3D models.
I have, but you know, you've put a lot of work in as well.
Well, consider me in a support role for this one, me and Micah. We've done the zine. So you'll all be getting, if you do back, a digital zine and
Or a physical zine.
Or a physical zine, yeah. And that's important to emphasise as well, because we are offering physical rewards again. So last year was a mess for shipping internationally. It was a disaster. We managed to navigate it. By hook or by crook, we got our orders out, and in a timely fashion. But there were so many companies on Kickstarter that were stuck because their
It was a
goods
huge
were not
challenge.
there.
It was a huge challenge to get the to get orders out
Yeah.
worldwide.
Yes.
Obviously not UK so much.
Yeah.
But worldwide shipping was an absolute nightmare.
We-
Emergency COVID charges.
Oh yes, terrible.
Emergency, I don't know.
Justifiable,
fees, taxes,
but
it was horrendous.
awful for us as a company. But you see, our Kickstarter, the Crystal Talismans, which also went live last year, we were fortunate in the fact that it wasn't very large packets. Now, as soon as you are trying to market a board game on Kickstarter and trying to ship a board game,
Yeah.
and you know yourself, if you attended UKGE,
They're big things.
they are massive, whopping great boxes. Getting those out caused serious problems, and some campaigns are still unfulfilled, and they are 12 months and plus delayed. So, thankfully, though, that is no longer a problem, and we do have an American fulfillment centre this time as well. So if you are one of our American viewers catching up on this stream, there are free shipping options. Yay!
Exactly.
Brilliant.
And that's our friend's Table Flip Foundry will be fulfilling our American orders, which is fantastic. And he is a great guy, Ty, who I work very closely with. He does all my supports. They are second to none. I mean, if you've got a 3D printer, these things just crack off.
Mm-hmm.
They are fantastic. Yeah, very excited to be working with him.
Luckily,
I do have
can
one-
see in the campaign when we do launch the
Yes.
campaign. There's a GIF that just shows you how easy those supports are to get off. Effortless, actually. He's so talented. Because the thing is, I was talking to my 3D modelling friend, Dan, and a lot of campaigns go out with models that cannot be printed. They look really impressive on the Kickstarter, but then you actually get them onto a printer, and even a production printer can't do it. There's just too many complicated small parts. The supports aren't in the correct places. All the detail is lost.
When you are 3D modelling and you intend the model to be printed off, you know, there are certain things that you need to do.
Yeah.
I won't go into detail because it's quite boring, but you know, making very small fiddly parts with holes in the model is not good. But I do just want to show Channa's work, please, Roxy. Because he's done a lovely job on my mermaid.
Oh, fantastic. What a new painter.
Look at that.
Oh, Channa, you've done it again. Love her hair.
What I particularly loved
yes.
was the red tail. I mean, that's not something you see very often.
That's different.
And I really like that take. This sort of reddy orangey tail there. Goes perfectly well with this sort of green seaweed hair.
Yes. I always think of like neurotoxins in fish when I think of redfish.
Oh, she's toxic.
Oh yeah.
But in a good way. In a Britney Spears toxic way.
Gaz says, oh wow, that's beautiful, love the tail. Yeah, loads of compliments for the tail there, Channa. Well done.
Looks really good.
I love the rock as well, it looks hyper realistic.
I know, isn't it fab?
Yeah.
So if you saw her on a rock, what would you do?
Worry.
Would you?
Yeah, I'd worry. I'd think, okay, time for a battle of riddles.
Would you?
In which my life is going to be forfeit unless I answer correctly.
So you wouldn't be drawn in to her beauty?
Well, interestingly, you know, sirens, the original Greek sirens, as first conceived, were feathered.
Right.
So at some point, the mermaid and the siren became conflated, but it was always actually bird women that they were the singing sirens of Greek myth. Yeah, absolutely. Which I think I've mentioned before, which is why the siren in Final Fantasy VIII has feathers on her head.
Oh, okay, that's interesting.
Eat Crit Survive says, giving me ideas for my campaign. Oh, what's the campaign about? Homebrew. Yeah, nice. There's a brilliant Mermaid Cove map actually on GameTea as well. And if you haven't already purchased it, Falsity Island involves a riddle duel with a mermaid. Well worth looking at. Gaz says, my local game shop has started offering resin printing as a service. Very useful.
Oh, that's interesting.
It is, yeah, because they can't stock infinite models, can they, local game shops?
No, but also you might get an STL file and you might not have a 3D printer yourself, and you can say, hey, can you print this off for me?
Yeah.
That's a brilliant service.
Yeah. Is that the future? Will game shops just be lines of printers?
Maybe.
I can't imagine Games Workshop and Warhammer will be very pleased at the future.
There's still something nice about metal models, though, isn't there?
Absolutely love them.
Just the in-hand weight.
Oh, Channa says, thank you all. You're well done. Right, so we've got 10 minutes to Kickstarter then. Oh, wow. I'm really, really nervous. I always...
you?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't.
Well, I can't do my
what
usual...
will be,
I can't do my
know.
usual Kickstarter ritual.
What's your Kickstarter ritual?
So I always play, and I have done since like the Wallet Kickstarter. I play Sins of the Father by Donna Burke, which is the song from Metal Gear Solid 5. I don't know why, but like it builds to a crescendo, and at the crescendo I launch the project. So yeah, I'm not going to have my lucky ritual, although I've got my red wine, which again, I always do have a glass of wine after I've launched a project. And we're going live on a Wednesday, not Sunday.
No. We can do a little preview though if you want.
Yeah, let's do it.
Kickstart is up, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome, adventurers.
It's not live yet, this is just
as
the preview.
GameTea presents Play It Proud.
I hope there's music on this.
Your support is truly appreciated, so please consider backing our...
Wow.
What did you think then? That's exciting.
I went for 80s gay club vibes.
Brilliant. Crumpet says, while we count down the minutes, can we go over the backing tiers, please? Yeah, Roxy, have you got a preview of the page up? Kiddo says, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. I'm so excited. Yeah, so this is what you'll be seeing in about 9 minutes when it all goes live. How can I make them BPGEs? Got to use them in combat. Yes. And Shanna says, gorgeous sculptings, Lucy.
Oh, thank you,
Hayley,
darling.
was
Hopefully you can paint some
The
for me.
link will be going live in about 9 minutes. So we're looking at the campaign now. We've got rewards that begin at very reasonable prices. Can you see the tiers? You should be able to see, yeah.
Yeah, they're probably quite small, aren't they? But the one thing to mention is free shipping to the UK and USA if you buy the full sets.
Yes.
And that's in two sizes, 32mm and the 54mm.
Yeah, absolutely. And
which is really exciting to be able to offer
all
that.
of the add-ons, if you do want add-ons, let's just say you want a full set of 54mm miniatures, but you also want to add in a Dancing Pirates at the much larger 72mm scale, just go into the add-ons. It will all be done via Kickstarter this time, including shipping. So everything is going through Kickstarter. We're not using a pledge manager this time, just because it's a smaller project and we just want to keep things simple, digestible, comprehensible, and not, go off on feature creep and potential campaign bloat. Let's keep it nice and simple. And, if we do really well, we will definitely add some stretch goals as well. But let's just see how it goes.
It's just a little pride celebration. That's what it's intended to be. I do have we do have plans for a much larger physical Kickstarter in the coming months. But I won't go into that yet. But it's good. You guys are going to like it.
Yes, they absolutely will. Oh, and by the way, guys, I've noticed loads and loads of people are searching on the website for cushions and mugs because no doubt you all saw them at the show. They are coming. So when we come back from a show, it takes us a little bit of time to unload, restock, do the stock take, and get new products onto the website.
You have to count everything back in and sort the stock out. And
so
hopefully this week, maybe.
Coming very soon. There's a lot of excitement over the cushions. And I think a lot of people as well, they visited us at the expo and wanted to buy a cushion after because maybe they don't have the capacity in their luggage to carry a cushion back. Yeah, don't worry, don't panic, don't email Roxy. They're coming, they are coming. So yeah, they'll be here very shortly. 5 minutes.
The suspense.
Yeah, Crumpet says, will we get a heads up on stream before it goes up? Yeah, we're going to aim for 8 o'clock, then we're going to watch it for a little bit, and then we will leave you to it for the night. Gus says, guilty, recushion. Yeah, unfortunately the ones that you wanted sold out. So,
we've got them, we're just we just need to put them up.
Yeah.
It's going to take a little bit
I've
of
done
time.
a couple new pin-ups as well.
Yeah,
We've got
they did well, didn't they?
We've got a succubus. Very, very dangerous. Actually, I'm reading Junji Ito's Tomi at the moment, which is about the succubus. And it's horrible, as you might imagine. And we've also got Aerith, who is the companion piece to Tifa. So the Aerith piece is called Flowers Sold Here.
They're up already, aren't they?
They are up. They are up. I believe the Dungeon Mistress succubus may have sold out, though.
Ooh.
So, Travel by Railway and Flowers Sold Here, they are meant to sort of work as a pair. They go together. So, there you go. Thank you, Leo.
Oh, thanks,
Yeah.
Leo. Yeah. So which one's new? Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to do the Columbia.
There you go.
I'm going to do
Yeah.
the Columbia artwork in a tin sign to match Rapture because we got asked for that so many times, didn't we?
Yep, absolutely we did.
Because we do the Rapture in the tin sign, but don't do Columbia in the tin sign.
No, and that is the value of going to shows. You see, you interact with people, you actually hear what your
Yeah.
customers want. So important.
So I'm going to do that. Coming soon.
Yeah, so Travel by Railway and
Yeah, we
Flowers
already
Sold
had
Here,
that
they go
one.
together. Mm-hmm.
It's that one. Yeah, that's the new one.
Oh, beautiful, empowered ladies. I'd love to visit Midgar. You know, maybe not the underside of the plate, but certainly the top. All the fictional cities in games, I'd like to experience that one. A beautiful blend of technology and materia-based magic. So interesting as a setting, it truly is. Right, oh my gosh, we've got 4 minutes to go. I'm going to have to start concentrating
Okay.
on launching, you know.
Where's Max
Launching-
tonight? Is she
launching
not
a
in
rocket.
stream?
Dr. Brayons.
Oh yes, she is. Yeah.
Yeah. Kitty says, I love the pin-ups, they're so gorgeously aesthetic, really stunning. Yeah, absolutely, I find them incredibly empowering to create art of. Dr. Bray says, yes I am.
Crumpets asked if they would get a heads up about the cushions and the mugs on stream before they go live.
Yeah, of course.
Probably not on stream because we might put them live towards the end of this week, maybe.
Yeah. Right, I'm going
If I can sort my photography out, then yes, and get it all done.
Right, okay, can you entertain everybody for a minute while I send the email?
What do you guys want to know about? You have a burning question to ask me? Probably not. I'm not that interesting. Bit disconcerted with AJ's screen at the moment because it says, oops, something went wrong.
Yeah.
Which is not really something that you want to see popping up.
Oh, goodness me. Oh yeah, it's gone into drafts, it's logged me out, which I suppose is a good thing. Yeah, it's all ready to go. Just let me get back onto the page. Oh, don't you just love technical difficulties? Yeah, no, it's ready to go. Let me just have a double check. You know, I have an absolute heart attack whenever I send an email because I'm always convinced I put the wrong links in. You know, I'm going to link to something like really stupid, like a GIF on Tumblr or something that I've just been looking at and laughing at. Yeah.
Wouldn't be the end of the world.
No, it would be interesting, I suppose, for everybody.
Dutch Barracuda said, a burning question. Those aprons you had at Games Expo were great. Would you add those to the shop?
Oh!
Interesting.
You want to buy them?
They were lovely aprons though, weren't they?
They are really nice.
Yeah. Right, okay, it's going, everybody. It's going. We might get a bit of an influx on stream actually because that's got a link.
Is it 8 o'clock?
It's 1 minute to.
Is it live?
I'm going to launch it now.
It's not 8 o'clock though.
Yeah, but it takes it about a minute to go out from MailChimp.
I'm ready to launch.
I've read the details.
Launch project.
I've read the terms of use. I've read the privacy policy. I've read everything. Right, okay, everybody, if you want to be back at number 1, now is your chance. Okay, congratulations, your project is live. Okay.
Wow.
I just read the word then.
Congratulations, sister.
Congrats. Brilliant.
Enjoy it, guys. Enjoy it.
Let me...
It'll probably take people a while to work out what
Yes.
pledge that you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's so many available this time.
Okay.
You can go digital or you can go physical or...
Right, that's cute. That's cute.
One model, the whole set.
Facebook's about to go live. There we go.
Just the
Instagram
Dancing Pirates in 75mm if you want.
is about to go live.
I know.
Tumblr is going to go live. Yes, I still post on Tumblr.
It's on.
And Twitter is now live. We're completely and utterly live. Thanks everybody.
Here we go.
Yeah. And thanks for the links, Crumpets.
I think a lot of people
What?
have really liked the Dancing Pirates.
Oh my god. Refresh. 3 backers already.
Wow.
That is brilliant. 4. Okay, here was number 1. Let's have a look. Who was number 1?
I'm going with Max.
It's always hotly contested. It was
Toby!
Heggers. It was Heggers. Then it was Hayley. Then it was Kiltia, and then it was Gareth at number 4. He wanted to be number 1. Congratulations, guys, and thank you very, very much for backing. That is so kind of you. Really, really appreciate it. Ah. Absolutely great. Well, yeah. We'll watch that tick up then. Toby beat me again. How do you do it, Heggers? What is the secret?
I think he must just refresh the page.
Refresh the page like mad.
Like mad.
Yeah, well done. Gaz has gone all in.
Thank you, Gaz.
Fantastic,
Cheers.
thank you very much. Yeah, make sure to share the campaign if you don't mind, because we do depend very much on word of mouth. Haley says I came second. Yes, you did.
Yes, you did, darling.
So
Thank you
those
so
emails
much.
should be winging their way around the world as we speak. Of course, on Kickstarter, 2/3 of your backers are usually American, and that's why we tend to launch on the weekend, because
We do.
most of the American folks will be at work currently. So we'll expect a bit of a boost, as the day goes on. But that's a really, really healthy and amazing start. So thank you very much, guys. Truly appreciated. I'm pleased. £238 already.
Amazing, honestly. Thank you so much, guys. Really appreciate it.
Can't wait to be sending them out, actually. It's one of those things that's so exciting about Kickstarter.
I always like to see them painted. So, for me, with Gareth's Dragons, it's, and Chana and Tom who did that. It's really just fabulous to see your work painted.
Other people's creativity.
Yeah.
Definitely. It truly is.
Because I can't paint. I'm really terrible at it because my eyesight's quite bad.
Aww. Crumpet says, Lucy, your art is truly amazing. I mentioned it to AJ, but since you're here, seriously, you have so much talent. Agree.
Oh.
Have you left the email notifications on? Is that all the backers coming through?
I don't think so, no.
Leah says, finally got mine through. Oh, congratulations. And Dutch says, pledged for the full digital package. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was speaking to a customer at Games Expo actually, and they said, I love physical miniatures, but I've got my own digital printer and I'm not a very good painter. So I will pledge for the digital versions of the reward. The reason being, I know that I can keep trying, and I don't feel the pressure.
Yeah.
I won't feel like I've ruined a mini if I do it wrong, because I can
And of course,
print it out again.
If you have it unsupported and you're good at supporting your own models, you can do it any size.
Yeah.
So you could do it much bigger, and then painting would be...
That would be amazing.
Well, painting would be a lot easier because it wouldn't be as intricate.
Absolutely. Hayley's gone all in. Oh, thank you very much, Hayley. Very appreciated. So, yeah, well, 7 backers already to up to £285. Great. And remember, guys, leave us a comment as well. if you don't mind. Because that is something that we look forward to reading. And yeah.
302 now.
Yeah, it's going up.
Hopefully we'll be funded in a...
I know. Do you think we can do it in half an hour? I hope so.
I don't know. Hopefully it'll be a short amount of time.
Yeah.
But as you say, Americans are all at work.
They're all at work at the moment. So that's the thing about launching on a Wednesday. Really, it's a little bit different. But they do always say that launching a Kickstarter on Tuesday is a good idea.
It's apparently supposed to be the best day. Which is a bit
heard that.
strange, isn't it?
You would think so.
Yeah.
Right, well, I'm super pleased with how it's doing so far. Thanks, guys. Oh, that's amazing. I hope you all really like the campaign as well. Like, they're cool models. They're really well done.
I think you could have fun with a lot of them, especially Tina Fling.
Well,
and she's a good character. She
is actually the basis of the adventure zine. So you'll get.
She's the main enemy.
She's not an enemy as such. She's an adversary.
Crafty. She's a crafty person.
Like all Fae should be, really. But she can deliver a very interesting boon and bonus to your characters as they go through their adventure. And essentially, the Tunnel of Love is a test of the bounds of love. So whether your party has a romantic love aspect, or simply a friendship aspect, or simply a loving bond of some sort, the adventure plays on that. So that forms the very core and basis. If your party hate each other, then Tina Fling, who is, an ancient arcane fae trickster, obsessed with the idea of mortal love. If they do hate each other and don't get along, she probably won't be awarding that bonus to your party. But if your party don't get along, you've got bigger problems anyway than archfays and negotiating dungeons.
This is very true.
It is. It is very, very true. A little bit of drama is good.
It is.
Well, now that we are all happily launched and safely launched, I think it's probably a good time to bid everybody farewell.
Happy Pride, whatever you do. Happy Pride Month.
Yeah, we've got to now go and man the communications. And I've got some things to add into the FAQ, which 9 backers, well done.
Wow.
Which can't actually be done until the project launches, so I've got a little bit of work to do tonight. So, I think that's probably a good place to say good night for the night. If you are celebrating Pride Month, then do it with style, with Play It Proud. And it's been a lovely evening, and it's nice to see everybody spend time with everybody and just recap Games Expo and the fun that we had there. If you did come see us at Games Expo, I hope you had a lovely experience. It was certainly a pleasure seeing everybody, seeing as many people as you possibly could. And we look forward to joining you next week, where we'll have a look at the progress of the Kickstarter, see how it's doing, and
well, thank you so much, guys. Honestly,
from
the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. It really means a lot.
Supporting our work as always. So that looks like it's going 10 backers. We're on a roll here, guys. Fantastic. All right then, everybody, we're gonna bid you all farewell, and we'll join you next week, same game time, same tea place.